there was no water report. The police report, resident in town was allowing an 11-year-old family member to drive a car around town. Marshall stopped this resident in reference to this incident. Marshall did not actually catch the 11-year-old driving, but did speak with the owner of the vehicle and made them aware of the consequences of allowing the 11-year-old to continue to drive. The cruise-in, April cruise-in was a great hit. Next cruise-in is May 22nd. Future dates are June 19th, July 24th, August 21st, and September 18th. Eddie Thompson would like to use the money from the cruise-in for the Opera House, repair the front of the building. We'll be speaking with contractors to start this process. Water tower project, we have to have an ordinance specifying how meters are distributed and accounts. 1 meter per one account per 1 meter, which is ordinance 2025-01. Jeff motioned and Tony Smith second, and all in favor as they voted.
To add to that, it's also every residence has a must have a meter. So
Every occupied.
I think it says that in the resident.
I think it says that in
the ordinance does.
In the ordinance, yeah.
Make sure it's.
The town of Perrysville is working on an ordinance addressing the temporary housing arrangements. Marshall has found a new vehicle, 2013 Ford Explorer. It will be from the Vermilion County Sheriff's Office. It will come equipped with lighting. This vehicle is being sold for $1,500. Tony S. will inspect it before saying the town will buy it. Jeff motions to approve moving forward pending the inspection. Church in Perrysville and American Legion do not pay for water. Town needs to decide to continue that arrangement or have them start paying a water bill. Jeff motions to not charge the church or the American Legion, and Tony Jacobs second. Town will be talking to some residents about temporary easements on their property when the repairs are going on. The contractors have that in place to pile their dirt there to repair the lines and the meters. These temporary easements will last about 30 months roughly, the duration of the project. The contractors will make the necessary repairs if need be. Potholes. Please notify the town council of any potholes in town so they can be repaired. County will be out this week to address the potholes on Depot Street and all other county-owned roads. To notify of potholes on county-owned roads, please visit their website and make their reporting there. Meadowlawn has potholes that need repaired, and the town will take care of it. Meeting was adjourned.
I motion to accept the slight amendment.
Okay. Oh, with the every resident
Yeah.
to the ordinance. Okay.
20 seconds. All in favor?
Smith?
Yes, Smith.
Smith.
All in favor? Aye. Okay. Cover the things that were in there. I'm gonna have to read through them to make sure we cover everything. Cruise in. It rained and was cold, and we still had a decent turnout. Band played. It was still a decent cruise night. Definitely didn't bring in very much money, but still was a good time. We have acquired the new vehicle. Has it been delivered?
It is at my house.
Okay.
The bill of sale is in your box.
Easements.
Yes, I need to get cranking on that.
Okay, so we started working on the easements. I had 5 or 6, I think, done, and then I ran out of time, so Tony took over that.
I need to have them done by the end of the month.
And we have to do them. They're not exactly going to stop the project. So, one of them would, but that one we know we're going to get. Potholes, I went down and filled those. Gentleman that reported him is not here tonight, so we can't see if he was satisfied with it. I filled a couple more in a couple other spots. If you see any more, let me know. I think that was everything. We still are working on that ordinance. We have an ordinance written up for the temporary housing arrangements. We're just not 100% sure that we like it yet. That's everything there. Oh, yeah, that's right. It's potholes, by the way, not potholes.
Patty, we did look at your line on the map. It is not looped. You're on the old line,
Mm-hmm.
so I don't know when, but someday that'll eventually need addressed.
We don't have a water report, and there was confusion about the meeting night, so we don't have a police report either. All right. We have 3 ordinances that we have, it's just 3, right?
Yes.
That we have to enact, and these are just money, bookkeeping, internal things we have to do because we're borrowing money. And because we have a town credit card, it's actually a debit card. So I am not going to read through all of them. I'll give you a synopsis of them, and if anybody wants to read them all, feel free. They're available at the town hall, or you can come up here and read them. The first one's use of town credit cards. It defines who can use it: clerk, treasurer, town president, marshal. How they can be revoked, and how we have to log. You know, you have to submit receipts and all that stuff with it. Can't use it for anything personal, things like that. So like I said, it just goes through. If anybody would like to read the full body of it, they're pretty lengthy. Feel free. I think everybody here has already read them, correct?
Yep.
So I will motion to accept this is the use of town credit cards. It's ordinance 2025-02.
Does the use need to be approved by the other members, or do you guys have the right to just go ahead and use it when you need to?
As long as it's one of the 3 people that are authorized users of it.
And the amount doesn't exceed, is it 2,500?
The amount is not actually stated in here.
We have there's a limit on the card itself of 5,000.
Yeah. I think if it's over 2,500, we discuss it normally. So.
Oh, as one purchase as a whole.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Generally, though, we just use the credit card for buying asphalt patch at Menards and things like that. It's small purchases, so.
I did buy. I bought a 55-gallon drum cart for the well house, so Mike can move barrels of bleach
Chemical
around.
barrels.
They weigh about 500 pounds. So we bought a cart recently.
Yeah, when we went out and found out what his situation was out there, it was a definite need to purchase.
And we got chemical totes also, right?
Yes.
For the barrels to
So if the barrel leaks, it leaks into the containment.
No, those
Skid.
were things that were on the inspection
I
that
was
we
gonna
had to
say,
get.
that was the state saying,
Right.
Yeah.
Well, that's all a good thing.
Yeah, so out at the well house, anything, if it's a bag of chemicals, a bucket, it can be an empty bucket, it has to be sitting on a containment thing. So we gotta have these things all around so they can be set down. All right, I will motion to accept
I'll
the
second.
credit card. Tony's Jacobs seconds. All in favor?
huh?
Aye.
Aye.
The ayes have it. Okay. Now this one's a mouthful. This is going to be ordinance number 2025-3, an ordinance establishing the capital asset policy for the town of Perrysville. Basically, this is saying that we have a capital asset policy, meaning capital assets are land, improvements to the land, buildings, building improvements, furniture, vehicles, infrastructure, computer software, construction in progress. Anything that is equal to or greater than $10,000 in value. So these examples would be our car, our well house, possibly even our well pumps. And then it goes through depreciation, life of it. Again, it's pretty wordy to say not much. And then anything purchased with federal grant money exceeding $10,000, etc. This is one that, if you want to read it, please do. This is one that the state has told us, you have to pass this here if you want money.
And we have to report any capital assets over that amount to the state as well.
Yes. So, and with this project, we're gonna be audited potentially every year or every 2 years, depending on which money and how much we take. And how much we take in a given time. So with that, you gentlemen have both read it, correct?
Yeah, I've read through it a couple times.
All right, I will motion to accept it.
We did change the dollar amount though, right?
Yeah,
It's
it says 10,000 on
Yeah,
it.
I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Okay, this is another fun one. This is a nice lengthy one. This is internal control policy and required certifications. 2025-04 is the ordinance number. After June 30th, 2016, provides that the legislative body of each political subdivision must adopt the minimal internal control standards as defined by SBOA. Additionally, the legislative body must ensure the personnel receive training concerning the internal control standards and procedures adopted by the policy subdivision. And it goes on to talk about it.
It's basically the state telling us how we have to operate internally in the water department, right?
Yes. Well,
Checks and
it's-
balances.
It's just, yeah.
They're looking over my work that I do in the office
yeah,
and
so
signing
We're
off
supposed
on it.
to, everybody's supposed to look over everybody else, basically, to make sure we're doing what we're getting paid for.
yeah, so it's things. I'll just read a couple examples here. Clerk treasurer reviews and approves. On the week of the town council meeting, the clerk treasurer prepares and posts checks to the system. Clerk treasurer presents an A&P voucher log to the common council at the monthly meeting. That's what you see us up here reviewing and signing. After the common council approves payment, the checks are mailed out to the vendors. Any payments not approved by common council, checks are voided. And it goes on with all the different processes. How to accept cash, how to do this, how to do that, payroll. It's all the rules and everything. And this is, again, it's very lengthy. I don't want to sit up here and read it and bore you guys. If you want to read it, please do so. I invite you to.
It should be available on the town website too, right?
I can put it on there.
Eventually.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Kinda sounds like Doge.
Yeah,
Yeah.
there's a lot of that. I mean, it's
It's just
It's a
checks and
smart
balances.
thing to
Yeah.
do.
It is. It is.
Protect yourself.
yeah, and you know, some of the things we've enacted is, you know, making sure we're scanning all our bills, putting them on a drive, an off-site drive, along with a hard copy, and then we review. You know, she sends us the bills ahead of time. We review them, make sure that we think that it all matches up. You know, it's like you said, everybody watching everybody. Well, I don't want to hog the motions. Does anybody want to?
All motion.
I'll second. All in favor?
Uh,
Aye.
All right.
There's a lot of them to sign.
Yes, I saw that.
was that a template?
Yeah,
Because I read through that and that is a lot
I
of word
asked
salad.
for
Yeah.
examples from surrounding towns and
Okay.
cities around me. And a lot of them responded, and that's the one I went with.
It is a lot of words to say not much.
Front and back.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Probably didn't have to sign every page, but oh well. And then this goes with that packet. Keep it down there.
It's probably not in order, but
That's okay, I'll put it all over.
Okay, that is the important business that we needed to address. Do you have anything else?
Small business, county's coming up to trim back Water Street. That's about it. Patty's water line needs looped sometime in the next couple
25, maybe
decades.
30 years?
Yeah, when we can afford it.
The county awarded the project to resurface Jackson Street all the way out to the 63. So it should be starting soon. And they're gonna fix the part
Wait.
north of 74.
They are?
Yes.
Yeah, that little mile in about, or half mile in to jar your teeth out.
Yeah.
I talked to RJ about that before the last meeting and he said they weren't doing that.
They're
this
doing
year.
that.
Oh my god.
That's what he told me.
Okay.
It was supposed to be in the project.
I think the amount of complaints they received might have had something to do with that.
Okay. Well, I hope everybody got on the website and reported it every day.
I know I went through there the one day and it knocked my Jeep out of gear.
I needed it.
It's pretty rough.
What did you have?
Temporary housing, I know I missed a couple of meetings, so maybe I didn't hear about it. What
So
is that?
we had passed an ordinance last year that you needed to have a permanent foundation on a residence. Meaning no campers, trailers, things like that after that date. There are some instances where people are, I'm remodeling my whole house, I need to be in a camper for 6 months, that goes over the 30 days. Things like that, or, I had a house fire and I'm, out for a little bit.
So is that gonna be permitted, like you'll have a permit for that?
Yeah, what we've talked about is like a free permit. You would need to come in, say it's going to be from date X to date Y, and
Yeah.
would just write you down. Okay, boom, approved. Here
But
you
we
go.
can also keep people that we don't want in town out.
Exactly, yes.
Yeah, yes.
We all know those people.
So, which last I knew, Troy
To,
resolved all of that, right?
yes,
Right.
yeah. Last I knew, all the people living in campers that were post the date of the no. I know there's a few people that have campers that were before that date, and as we discussed in that meeting, they were grandfathered. They were there first. We're not going to kick them out, but we're not allowing any new.
Right, exactly.
Nothing
That's cool.
permanent.
Yeah, that's a good ordinance.
Does anybody else have anything?
I don't think so.
Seeing no further business, I will motion to adjourn.
Second.
All in favor?
All right.
Aye.